there is another way that we can not exactly measure, but we can visualize the kind of radiation that's coming from a computer or other appliances in your home, and we can do it using probably the least expensive means imaginable. This is an old Radio Shack transistor radio that I had from years ago, and this one is AM only, and you can pick these up on eBay for not much money. The key thing is that you want to get one that does not have a noise filter on it. So the older ones are better. And before I go any further, I want to give credit to the person who taught me this. It was Jeromy Johnson 6 years ago, shared this technique with me, and I found it to be very helpful for my clients who are suffering from electromagnetic poisoning. So this is how this works. You want to choose somewhere on the dial that there is no sound. So these radios tune from about half of 1 megahertz to a little less than 2 megahertz. So it's a very low frequency electromagnetic radiation that we're going to be listening to. And what we're looking for is just the white noise when you tune between the channels. So right now you should be able to hear just sort of what we call static. You know, there's no radio stations and really no sounds coming at all. Now, sometimes when these computers appear to be off, and this one has been closed for a little while, so it should be off, but sometimes when you move the radio around, you can find an area where the computer is not really turned off. So this noise that's being emitted right now shows us that there is an emission coming from this computer. This is not an RF emission like you might imagine Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, but this is an emission in, you know, what you might think of as a dirty electricity range, or as I showed just a little while ago, very low frequency or, very low frequency electric fields or magnetic fields. So we'll listen to that again as I come over here closer. So this is kind of neat because it helps you visualize where the radiation is coming from. It's not so much over here, right? It's just localized right in this area right here. All right, now this is going to be noisy, but watch what happens when we actually turn the machine on. And it's pretty overwhelming. But take a listen. I'm moving it away, and when I bring it back close to the computer, listen to the change in the sound as I move it over the computer. So I don't know how well the audio will pick this up in YouTube, but what I was hearing on this end was a change in the tone, and also a large change in the volume depending on where we were on the computer. So why do I mention all of this? Well, first of all, not everybody can afford a $2,300 electric field meter and magnetic field meter. There can be some good reasons you might want to purchase one of those, especially if you are suffering with electromagnetic poisoning. But If you don't have the budget for that, you should be able to pick up one of these for less than $20, someplace like eBay. Make sure you get one without a filter, and it can help you identify sources of, well, you can call them low-frequency electric and magnetic fields, or you can call it dirty electricity. The thing to keep in mind is that to one degree or another, we're all tempted to spend time on computers, but when I put my hands on this computer, do you remember how the sound increased as I got closer to the computer? So my hands are going to be right in that mess that we were listening to. And I'll just show you one more time. If I get close to the keyboard. So your hands are going to be dealing with that. You're going to become a part of that synthetic electromagnetic field. So I hope this has been helpful.